All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sports by Sheehan with the Celtics. Big win for Boston tonight, right? The first quarter, it looked like just how everyone thought it was going to go. First, Tatum hits a mid-range jumper, then Lillard goes ahead and hits a three, and it's like, okay, let's saddle up. It's time to go. So I'm gonna break this down quarter by quarter. Okay, I got my laptop. I got my new laptop. I went down to the living room and watched this game on the big screen. No distractions, no nothing. Just watched the game and took notes. Okay, right? Because I have to get back into that again because I've been doing a lot of these games non-scripted. Anyways, so yeah, Tatum and Lillard hit the trade shots, right? And there's a problem with the Blazers. Okay. Well, it wasn't in the first quarter. In the first quarter, the Blazers dropped 38. They're the number one scoring team in the first quarter in the NBA. I think they said they averaged 31. I don't know if they averaged 31 or it's like they score 31 plus or something like that. But something I noticed is that they move the ball really well around the perimeter. Like it's just boom, boom, boom. Like their passing is really good around the perimeter. And I keep saying they just hit a bunch of shots. It's just what they do, right? I mean, it's the Trailblazers. They don't score a lot in the paint. I believe. Let me look this up quick because I didn't think to put it in my notes. I probably should have this out. But I'm pretty sure the Blazers didn't score in the paint like at all. Let me see. Oh no, they still had 28 points in the paint. But the Celtics had 50. And when you think about it, the Celtics don't really have an interior scoring presence like Nurkic, okay? Like, they have Rob Williams, but Rob Williams isn't going to, like, back you down and post you up and, all this crazy stuff. He's just, like, a lob catcher and finishes, like, tough layups and stuff. Anyways, so the Blazers they came out blazing, hitting a bunch of threes and all that good stuff, right? And it seemed like this was going to be another game where Marcus Smart just tries to shoot us out of the game. He missed a few shots in a row in the first quarter and just kept shooting it because that's just what he does. He's confident, okay? Marcus Smart's confident. That's one thing you can never take away from Marcus Smart is that he's confident. But he's just missing. And then Kemba comes out. In this first quarter and hit not five threes. No, he took 5 threes. In that first quarter, he just shot 5 threes. He was jacking not jacking, but he was shooting a lot, right? You know what I mean? Being aggressive, hitting shots. He had 14 points going into half. I believe that was going into half. And one thing I noticed defensively for Boston is that Robert Williams. Okay, I didn't notice this. This has been a problem for Rob. But they were really exposing bad his pick and roll perimeter defense, right? I should have said perimeter defense with the pick and roll. But anyways, so they just kept doing pick and pops and he was struggling to come up on the guard. And, Dame can shoot from 500 feet out, right? So they were just killing us on that the whole first quarter. What's next? So a big thing, Langford. Langford got early minutes again. That's huge for this young kid. He's so good. We all know why they did it, right? Langford is advancing so much defensively, which is so huge for this team because we need size in the backcourt. Okay, he's 6'5", okay, and he's a defensive menace. No one thought that coming out of college from this kid because he was just he scored. He's just scoring the basketball. But ever since we've seen him on the court, his defense has been what's kept him on the court when he's healthy, right? Of course, because he doesn't know how to do that. Anyways, love to see the early minutes for Langford. Keep doing that. I love to see him on the court. His offense they don't like to give him the ball for some reason, so he's always in the corner and making weird cuts. But when he gets the ball, he does stuff with it. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for him. Another thing, Cantor. This was obviously Cantor signed with the Blazers again. I don't know if he was traded to the Blazers or I think he was traded to the Blazers 2 years ago, and he played with them for a year. Played really well, had a really good year. Then they didn't want to pay him or something, or they pressured him into signing. So he left, went to Boston, did what he did, and he's still just a magnet to offensive rebounds. The ball just falls in his hands sometimes. There'll be like 3 Celtics around him, and the ball will just like land in his palms, and it's like, what? But that's just what he does. That's how Cantor makes his money. He had 30 boards the other day for crying out loud. Like, come on, man, 30 boards. He had like 23 and 30. I'm pretty sure. That's crazy, man. Obviously, I said the Blazers are the number 1 first quarter scoring team. They dropped 38. The final score in the first quarter was 38-30. And I'm gonna I put this down like 7 times in my notes. Melo was playing like he was a Denver Nugget tonight. Like Denver Nugget early Knicks. That's how he was playing tonight. He had 25 points in 20 minutes played. He was like 10 for 14. He just couldn't miss. And he wasn't getting any open shots. He got one open 3-pointer at the top of the key that he hit. But everything else, there's this clip. You guys got to look it up. He just cooked Pritchard in the post so bad. He did like 3 spins somehow and just switched it. It was nasty. But no, Melo was doing this. He kind of rookied Langford and Pritchard. Langford's not a rookie, but he's only played like 40 games, so like technically he's a rookie. But yeah, he pulled up on Langford on his his post mid range, banks that, like makes it, and then he comes on the court next possession, pulls up a 3 just in Langford's mouth just because he feels like it, and just swishes it. And I think Langford got pulled right after that. I don't think he ever guarded him for the rest of the game. It was bad. Anyways, yeah, like I said, Blazers are up by 8 at the end of the quarter. Now, second quarter. Thompson, right? Tristan Thompson. The Celtics are 9-1 in the 10 games he's played in. Was it the 10 games he's played after COVID, or I don't think I can say that. After he got sick, or I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're 10-1 in the last 10 games he's played. I just spit all over my mic. But Thompson doesn't ever even think, like, doesn't even know it's a thing probably to just pass out an offensive rebound. What made me take a note on this is that he got the offensive rebound, right? There's 3 guys in the paint surrounding him, and he just goes up. Doesn't like look around to see if like anyone's around behind him, anything like that. He just grabs the ball, does that one dribble, and just like fake, and then goes up, and luckily got a foul. But it's so annoying. It's so annoying. But that's what you get from Tristan Thompson. Again, not complaining about his play. He's been playing great. It's just that's one thing that I suggest he works on. But, I mean, not an NBA player or coach. So, that's just me. It's just one thing I'd like to see more. Because they all crash to him, right? So, just get an open shooter. So, and then back on Boston, okay? I realize that the Celtics don't like doing things. Like, if they find something really good that works really, really well in a game, like hence the Nuggets game where we're just driving to the basket, dunk in the fourth quarter, where we went on like a 35-8 run or something like that. I know it was 31-3, but then they scored some points. They were just driving to the basket all game. Tatum's just running at the rim. He's just rim running all game. And then guess what? This game happens. We don't like to run to the rim anymore. For the first half at least. We just stopped driving. We're just taking stupid mid-range shots, a bunch of threes, which the Celtics actually aren't really that high in three-point attempts. They're like middle of the pack, but all Celtics fans just think they jack threes, but really they don't. But anyways, they were doing that in the first few quarters, and then they started driving, and that's when this offense is at its best. Is when because we have like Brown, Kemba, and Tatum can all force their way to the rim. Especially Brown obviously can do it. Brown's a slasher, but Tatum like enforces his will upon people, and it's so fun to watch. Like he bumped Nurkic, and Nurkic like flew all the way out of bounds like across the court, and Tatum got the finish at the rim. When they're enforcing themselves to the basket, that's when their offense is at its best, because they can kick out the shooters, get fouls, free throws, all that good stuff, right? Like I put another point, Melo going vintage again. He was hitting every shot he took. it was all post fadeaways, all his taking threes and stuff. Like it was just a mellow kind of game. He was doing like fadeaways from like 2 feet in front of the 3-point line. It was stupid. Now here's an interesting thing about one of the Celtics players. Okay, so Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard is a rookie that the Celtics drafted with like the 20th. I want to say third, but I think it was like 26th pick in the draft. From Oregon. Okay, went to. He was a Duck. I don't know if he grew up in that area. I'm assuming so. But it seemed like he was trying so hard to impress his hometown crowd. He was shooting deep. He can hit them, but he was shooting deep threes, and he tried to force a layup, and like he was forcing shots. He threw a lob to Williams, Rob, but he seemed to be forcing a little bit, trying to like show off for his hometown crowd, which it is what it is. He ended up shooting like 1 for 7, but yeah. So that's just an interesting little thing. He was trying to show off for the crowd. Didn't go so well. Got absolutely cooked by Melo on the play. Again, you'll probably see that on Instagram somewhere. Marcus Smart doing what he does is my next point. There's a play that Marcus made in this game. I said my mark again. There's a play Marcus made in this game that defines his entire career. Okay? The Celtics... No. The Celtics made a shot, okay? And then the Blazers tried to inbound really fast, and Tatum, got us... I don't know if it was Brown or Tatum, but someone got the ball loose on the inbound, and Marcus Smart tries to dive and get it, but as he's diving, the Blazers pick it up, and they're running down the court. They're gone. Marcus Smart is at the corner 3 on the opposite side of the court, okay? So, they're running their offense on the one side. He's all the way on the other side. He runs all the way down the court and gets a steal at the rim. He went from the corner 3 to the rim on the other side, okay, and got a steal. That's nuts. And that's just what he does. That's Marcus Smart being Marcus Smart, hitting his threes, hitting super confident threes, and getting these steals that no other player in the league can get. Now, obviously other players can, but he just makes these plays so often. It seems like every game we see a few of these out of him. When Marcus Smart is at his best, which I'm going to talk about the Timberwolves game, which he really showed out and really showed people what makes Marcus Smart. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. I'm behind on games, as you can tell. Yeah, Marcus Smart doing what he does. Defense. Okay. Celtics were down 60-57 at half. I'm absolutely positive that was the score. The Celtics were up by a lot. The Celtics were up in the second quarter, but to end the half, the Blazers went on a 6-point, 8-point run, and took the lead right back. So let me see what I put. The Blazers. Okay. So here's a Blazers point. Okay. To start the half, the Blazers made it a point to run the offense through Nurkic, and you're probably thinking, oh, how do you run the offense through a center? Well, we all look at Nikola Jokic, right? But anyways, they would get the ball to Jokic in the post, and they would just have him assist and kick out and all this stuff, because they would run screens, right, and force switches, and he would get a smaller guy on him, and he'd either just go up or pass out. He had 6 assists in this game, and they were just running the whole offense to him to start the game, and I don't know why they weren't doing it from the jump, because we don't have we have Rob, right? But we don't have Rob struggles against those big interior post scoring centers, right? So I thought they would run that more, but then they didn't. After he got 5 assists, and then they just stopped doing it, which I'm fine with. Again, Melo going. No, that's the second quarter. Yeah, Melo killing, going crazy. And then Tatum. Jason, don't know his middle name, didn't look it up. Tatum. Is it Christopher? I think it's Christopher. 1 second. I think his middle name is Christopher for some reason. I'm pretty positive. I know that's a weird. Yeah, Jason Christopher. Okay, yeah, Jason Christopher Tatum. He went off in the third quarter. I believe not even the third quarter, just the second half in general. He finished the first half with 7 points. Okay, 7 points. And then he ended up scoring 17 in the third quarter alone. 17 points. He loves to take over the third quarter. I don't know why, but he starts slow in the first, does okay in the second, and then just goes off in the third like every game. But anyways, and how did he do it? Driving to the basket. He hit a couple threes. He was like 4 for 6 from three, I believe. No, 4 for 7 from three in the entire game. I believe that is a fact. But yeah, he was getting all these dunks and these layups, and he hit a couple mid-range shots because that's just what he does, right? It was so fun to watch. And that's just the potential this man has. I mean, he's aggressive. He's just unguardable. Okay, obviously, like Ben Simmons gives him issues, but he's just so good going to the basket. He got hurt. He got hurt in this game. Jason Tatum, he hurt his, I think it was his left ring finger. He was holding it like all game. I think it was like in the second quarter he hurt it, and he was just like to end the. Actually, I'm not gonna go back, but he hurt his finger, but he was messing with it all game. And then starting halfway through the third quarter. Oh, by the way, the Blazers could not get anything going out of the half. They were just not hitting anything. But then, like halfway through, or not even like at the 5-way mark, so more than that, the 5-minute mark. The teams were just trading buckets back and forth. The Blazers found their rhythm. We were just trading buckets. So that was super entertaining. And then my last point for the third quarter was that the Celtics offense runs so much better with ball movement. And it's not just ball movement. It's player movement. Like, that seems like what do you mean? Well, like running around off-ball screens and just cutting and all this stuff. When the players move and the ball moves, this team is so good because this team is so talented. When the ball moves and the players move, it's so hard to guard, and the offense really, really, really excels. So I noticed that, and I wanted to put that in there. Okay, now time for the fourth. The thing I put in bold is it's becoming that time. We're playing the Blazers. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Dame time. And at first it wasn't anything crazy in the beginning, but we'll get to it. Okay. So to start the fourth for the Celtics, I didn't notice anything with the Blazers, but what stuck out with me for the Celtics is that Brown took like the first 5 shots or 6 shots in the beginning of the fourth quarter. They were just trying to feature him really hard, and he scored a few times. I'm not sure. He didn't score every time, obviously, but he was going to the basket, getting his shots, everything. And here's a crazy stat, okay? So I did notice something with the Blazers, but I didn't notice it. A graphic came up on the screen, whatever. Melo had more points this game. Okay, he comes off the bench, okay? Melo had more points in this game than the entire Celtics bench, and it's not close. He finished with 25. I believe the Celtics had 10 bench points. They had 7 at one point, but Grant Williams had 3 to make it 10. So, yeah, Carmelo outscored the whole Celtics bench by himself, and it wasn't close. Moral of the story. Tatum and Brown. Okay. So Tatum and Brown for some reason. So I said Tatum takes over that third quarter, right? We just going, getting the ball every possession, going, scoring, doing all this stuff, right? And then to start the fourth, Tatum's not on the floor, and this is why they're featuring Brown. Tatum's not on the floor, and Brown's just doing everything he can, right? They finished with very similar stat lines scoring wise, but so when Tatum has to sit, Brown takes his turn and takes over. Okay, and when Brown's on the floor, Tatum takes his turn and takes over, and it's so fun to watch. But I wish they could. I mean, they do it together sometimes, but it's so much fun if they could do it together in one quarter instead of one quarter Tatum drops 20, the other, and then the fourth Brown drops 20, and then you know what I'm talking about. I don't think he dropped 20, but you know what I'm saying. Kemba hit big shots all game. The Celtics were struggling in the first and to begin the game, and Kemba was the steady thing the entire time. Kind of like Melo in this game. Dame was struggling, but Melo kept this team in the game. He just kept hitting big shots. But Kemba had a really low-key game in my opinion. He was hitting all his open threes. Okay, he was 4 for 10 from 3, but you get what I'm saying. He was hitting his threes. making layups at the basket. He was being that scorer that he has always been. He was being the scorer that we signed $37 million a year for, right? Which is so fun to watch. When he's when we have that guy as the third option who used to drop 50 on a regular basis, like, that's huge. And he played like it tonight. And he's the X factor. He's the X factor of this team, because if he's playing well, everyone plays well. If the third option is scoring 20 points a game, we're chilling, because everything else will fall into place. Tatum will probably up 30. Brown will probably get like a good cool 25, 30 if he wants. You know what I'm saying? If Kemba Walker can score on a consistent basis, 20 plus points, offensive potential through the roof. Anyways, yeah, but the Celtics were sputtering, I'm pretty sure, and then Kemba had a big three, so I think that's why I put that. Or he had 2 big threes, I'm not sure. And then here was the bold point came in. It's becoming that time. With 3 minutes left, the Celtics had a big old lead, okay? And what does Dame do? Come around a screen, double teamed, 500 feet away from the basket, bang, okay? And then, okay, 2 possessions later, runs on the court, comes on the screen, double contested, bang. Could have been an N1, by the way. Definitely was a foul. They didn't call it. Well, I think it was a foul. They didn't call it, okay? But he makes it anyways, because it's Damian Lillard, okay? And then I think this was like with a minute left, or no, 2 minutes left, I'm pretty sure. The Blazers come down, and they can't hit a shot. They hit a 3, and Tatum, no, they don't hit a 3. They shot a 3. Tatum grabs the rebound, but loses the ball, and they get the board. Like he didn't completely secure the rebound. They get the ball, throw it to a wide open shooter on the 3, brick. So that's 2 threes, okay? They bricked in that one possession. They get the board again, and they kick it out, and I think it was Melo at the top of the key, missed it, and I thought there was no way in heck. And I'm like, guys, you got to get a rebound. These shots are going to fall eventually, okay? C.J. McCollum gets an offensive board and throws it off of Brown, and it goes out of bounds. And what was I going to say? Yeah, it goes out of bounds, and then I'm like, okay, this is it. This is it. You decide to give him like 1,200 shots in this possession. One's going to go in. Sure enough, Dame comes around an off ball to the corner 3, double contested, fadeaway pull-up, green. That goes in, and then I think that tied the game, I think. Pretty sure. And then, oh my gosh. And then I think the Celtics missed a shot, or something happened. Oh no, Tatum up for a layup, misses, but Rob's right there to tip it in. It makes it 111 to 109. Celtics up by 2. Like, okay, we got this. I thought we had this. Brown drives, not Brown. Come up the court. Damian Lillard drives. Tatum rotates really well, gets to him, and it looked like he shot it, but he passed it out, I guess. And there's C.J. McCollum with a shooter, with a defender closing out on him, shoots corner 3. Well, how that normally goes, bang. Celtics go down 112 to 111. And I'm just sitting here like, tough. Tough. And then I believe the Celtics come down and get, the Celtics came down, and I believe they got free throws. I believe Tatum got free throws, and he had both. Yeah. Tatum with the free throws, go up by 1 with like 40 seconds left, something like that, I think. I should have wrote it down. Throw by 1. And I'm like, okay, Damian Lillard's going to hit a shot here, okay? Lillard's just going to hit a shot. It's just how it goes, you know. Blazers in a clutch game. Damian Lillard's going to hit some stupid 3 from like 450 feet out and just swish it, and you can't do anything about it. Anyways, the Blazers come down, and they get a good shot, and they blow it. They missed. I think it was Dame 2. He missed. I was like, there's no way. And then the Celtics get the ball, okay? Obviously, they get the ball. They got the rebound. And then I believe there was a foul. Yeah, there was a foul. Celtics are on inbound. They get the ball. They force a switch. And get the matchup they want. It's Tatum on the top of the key with CJ McCollum guarding him. And Tatum did something which it's kind of smart when you're up by one with the time going down. Tatum gets the ball, dribble, gather, sidestep three, McCollum all over him, bang, goes right in, man. I don't think he switched it, but that thing went, I think he did switch it. That shot went right in, shot goes down, Celtics go up by 4, and I'm losing my mind because Tatum hits those, okay? I don't know if I said this yet, but I had 2 words for what was about to happen. Clutch Tatum. I preach it every game, every situation stuff like this happens, because when you need a shot, okay? When you need someone to create a shot, one-on-one iso ball to win a game, you give Jason Tatum the basketball. And look what happened, okay? Sidestep 3, contested. It's his type of shot. Bang. Celtics are up by 4. And then the Blazers call a timeout. It's like 6 seconds left, it must have been, because they inbound it. Powell inbounds it to Nurkic. Yeah, Nurkic. Nurkic gives it back to him, and he pulls a Chris Middleton from what year was that? You guys know what year I'm talking about. When Chris Middleton against the Celtics in Boston, okay, in Boston with 0.5 left, pulled from like I don't even know where it was. He pulled like from basically the logo, like farther than the hash. He hit like on the corner, but like farther than the hash, if you know what I'm talking about. Hit a big old shot to tie the game, and that's exactly what Powell did. He shot it from that deep, and it went right in. Still down by 1 though, okay? Blazers still down by 1, but he hits it, and Twitter's going nuts because they're like, "Oh, it's Chris Middleton all over again." So the Celtics get the ball with 5 seconds left. I didn't think they were going to get the inbound for a second, but they get the inbound. Marcus Smart goes to the line, which I wish Tatum would be at the line, but they use Tatum for passing it in on inbounds every time, which I think is smart because I know they just would assume it was going to Tatum when Tatum's opponent. Whoa. When Tatum is the one passing it in, you don't really know who it's going to go to. So I think that's the element they try to put into it. But yeah, Mark Smart gets free throws we're up by 1 with 5 seconds left. Or no, at 3.5 when he got the ball. When he got the free throws, okay? Takes his first free throw. Brick. So we're up by 1 with 3.5 left. And I'm like, okay, we're going to lose. We're not up by 3 or 3 or more. We're going to lose. So he misses the first one. And then the second one, Brad elects to miss it on purpose. Misses it on purpose, and the Blazers, I think Melo rebounded. I don't know. Someone gets the rebound. David Lillard gets the ball. He has to heave it like literally full court, and I thought it was going to go in, but it does not. And the Celtics win the game 116-115 in a huge win over the Blazers. Huge as in the magnitude of it, not the score, obviously. Because the Celtics have now only lost 1 game on this road trip, this West Coast road trip. Who was it to? It's completely blanking my mind. 1 second. Okay, well, they haven't, okay. Actually, I lied. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about, bro. I don't even know what I'm talking about because technically the Nuggets game was the start of the West Coast. So technically we're just starting this road trip because it's Nuggets and then Blazers and then Lakers. Okay, well, we're 2-0 on the road trip, technically. So that's great. You take that all day. Hopefully we can make it 3-0 tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. What's after? Thursday. 10 Eastern against the Lakers, by the way. And then we have the Warriors on Saturday at 7:30. So hopefully if we can win hopefully AD and them aren't back yet. LeBron, hopefully he's not back yet either. Celtics can take care of business with that, and then we have the Warriors. Curry might drop 70. You never know. But yeah, things are looking good. The Celtics have climbed up in the standings lately. They've won 6 of their last 7, and they're now 5th in the East. They went from 8 to, well, they were at 7 before this game, but they went from like 8 to 5. Technically 7 to 5 just now, but you get what I'm saying. They were all the way down to 8. And they are 1.5, no, they are 1 game back from the Hawks for 4th. And the Hawks play the Bucks on Thursday, so that's huge. Heat lost, all that good stuff. So yeah, things are looking up. But the Celtics really need to close out this stretch. They have to get the 4th seed. That needs to be the goal, get the 4th seed. We're not LeBron. We can't just get the 8th seed and just assume we're going to get to the ECF and then just see what happens from there. We're not LeBron. But yeah, that's it, guys. Such a fun game to watch. Clutch Tatum doing what he does. Smart doing what he does. Shout out to Jalen. Had like 24, I think, and a few assists. I don't know. Brown had a game. Tatum had a game. Kemba had a game. Smart had a game. The big 4. I feel like Marcus Smart's kind of like Rondo of the big 3, from the glory day, the 2018, right? It was Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG, right? And then there was Rondo. And Rondo was so important, but no one ever talked about him. I feel like Marcus Smart is kind of like that big 4, like that 4th piece type thing. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and please, if you think anyone would be into the videos like this about Boston sports and the Celtics especially, please share this video with them. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.